They said the silence protocol would save us. A simple pill, just one dose a day, designed to erase all the bad stuff, the pain, the anger, the grief. They marketed it as the cure for heartbreak, the blueprint for a perfect world. But here's the thing they didn't tell us. When they took away our pain, they took everything else too. My name is Jonas, and for 15 years, I haven't felt a single thing. No gut-wrenching sadness, sure, but also no deep belly laughter. No warmth from a kind touch. Just quiet. A cold, empty, and sterile quiet. It's everywhere. The whole city is draped in it. The streets are pristine. The faces are calm, and everything runs in perfect, monotonous order. People move like well-oiled machines, never smiling, never frowning. Even the wind seems to hold its breath here, as if it's afraid to make too much noise. Every morning, I start my day the same way, with a tiny blue pill. It's like a spark that fizzles out the moment it hits my tongue, keeping me numb, keeping me compliant. And every night, I find myself staring at an old photograph of my mother. She's laughing in it, a wide, genuine laugh that crinkles the corners of her eyes. But for the life of me, I can't remember what that laugh sounded like. The memory is just a blank space. Then, one morning, it happened. My pill slipped right through my fingers, bounced off the floor, and skittered under a heavy floor vent. Gone. My first thought was, no big deal. I'll just get another one tomorrow. The protocol teaches you not to worry, after all. But as the sun began to set, something inside me started to shift. The world outside my window seemed to change. The colors of the evening sky felt brighter, more intense. The air felt heavy, almost electric, buzzing with a life I'd long forgotten. And then, a small bird landed on my windowsill. It chirped a simple, clear note, and I felt a strange flutter in my chest. It was an unfamiliar sensation, a ghost of a feeling. It took me a solid minute to place it. It was wonder. Pure, simple wonder. But that wonder was quickly followed by a cascade of other things. A jolt of fear at this new, raw sensation. And then, everything else came flooding back in a dizzying, overwhelming rush. The next morning, stumbling through the city in a daze, a woman bumped into me. Her eyes were sharp, intelligent, but also kind. She leaned in close, her voice a low whisper. "You're off the protocol, aren't you?" I was too stunned to answer, but she just smiled. It was the first real, genuine smile I had seen in years, and it was like watching the sun rise for the first time. Her name was Lolly. She told me there were others, a growing number of us who had stopped taking the pill, who wanted to feel again, to be human again. "Emotions make us who we are," she said, her voice filled with a passion I hadn't heard in a decade and a half. "They're messy, they're chaotic, yes, but they're real." Before I could even process her words, the city-wide alarms began to wail. A cold, synthesized voice echoed through the streets. Unauthorized emotional activity detected. Drones, like metallic insects, swarmed from the rooftops, their red lights scanning the crowds below. Without a second thought, Lolly grabbed my hand, and we ran. We sprinted through forgotten alleys, clambered across rooftops, the city's perfect order dissolving into a blur behind us. My heart was pounding in my chest, not just from the exertion, but from the sheer, exhilarating feeling of being alive. We finally found refuge in an old, abandoned park, a relic of the world before. Overgrown with wild vines and ghosts of memories, Lolly opened a small metal box. Inside, nestled on a soft cloth, were pills, the same blue sparks that had kept me numb for so long. "You can go back," she said quietly, her gaze steady on mine. "You can forget all of this. Go back to the quiet. No pain, no fear, but also no joy, no love." I looked up as the sun began to break through the morning clouds, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. And for the first time in my life, I truly saw it. I saw its beauty, its hope, its promise, and I began to cry. Not from sadness, but from relief. I was finally, truly free. I took the box from her hands and threw the pills, as far as I could, into the undergrowth. Behind us, the city's sirens grew louder, closer, but they were competing with another sound now. The sound of laughter echoing from a nearby street. The sound of tears. The faint strains of a song someone was singing. People were waking up. The silence protocol was supposed to protect us from our own hearts, but all it ever really did was make us forget who we were. Now, the world is loud again. It's chaotic, it's unpredictable, but stunningly beautiful. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this story. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more. It really helps us continue creating content like this. We'll see you in the next one.